So many business owners tell me that they love what they do, they love their product, they love their service, they love their customers, they just hate selling. Is that you? Do you hate selling? Is that the awful part of your job? You just wish people would know how good you were and then just take the product, take the service? If you hate selling and it's the bit you find the most difficult in the whole of your business, you're not alone. Hi, my name's Mike Clark. I've been training businesses around the world for over 20 years. I've worked across multiple industries, and it's incredible how many people really struggle with selling. As a result, what I've gone and done is gone and created a really simple and effective 5-step process. This blueprint is really simple, and if you'll grab a pen and paper right now, I'll take you through it and show you how you can move from being unconfident, from being nervous, from being anxious, to being delighted to step into the role where you understand that what you're doing makes a difference and that sales is a privilege. Right, now that you've got your piece of paper, at the top of it I'd like you to write the word belief, because that's step 1. Great, now turn your piece of paper over, get your pen ready. We're going to do a really quick activity for you. I'm going to give you a word and I want you to write down the first thing that comes to mind, good, bad or otherwise. Okay, are you ready? Your first word is sales. Great, what did that bring to mind? When you heard the word sales, did you think pushy? Did you think annoying? Did you think suit? Did you think cars? So many people have different things around sales. Your mindset will determine your actions. I know for me personally, I'm a production manager by training. When I left school, I spent over a decade in production management. And salespeople were the bane of my life. They were always over-promising and not setting us up to succeed. We were always chasing our tail. And I just believe salespeople were liars who didn't know how to actually just tell the truth and do the right thing. And then I got into selling. And that negative mindset I had around sales really tripped me up. I found the very fact knowing I was now going to have to go and sell this role that I despised negatively impacted me. And I'll always remember when I was in a showroom by myself and I saw this person coming in to buy something and having this internal panic moment thinking, oh, I can't sell to them. And then what ended up happening is I was like, well, I've got to do something. I'm the only person here. And so I landed up serving them. And for over 2 hours, they were looking at the product that we were offering. And then they went, okay, great, I'd like to buy one. And my immediate response was, no, you don't have to, it's okay. And she looked at me oddly and went, but I want to buy one. And I suddenly had this epiphany moment. I realized that the secret to selling is not to sell. The secret to selling is to serve people, to serve them so well that you help them get what they want. So now turn your piece of paper back over so where you've got the word belief, step 1. You see, when we understand that sales is about serving people, we change our internal programming. And when we understand that selling is a service, it changes everything. So on your page, what I'd love you to write is that sales equals service. Sales equals service. Great, so we're talking about belief being so important, your mindset. You know, when we think right, we act right and we get the right results. There's a lovely ditty that I really love. It says, watch your thoughts because your thoughts become your words. Watch your words because your words become your actions. Watch your actions because your actions become your habits. Watch your habits because your habits form your character. And watch your character because your character determines your destiny. And it all starts back inside your mind. What are you constantly thinking about? You see, if you constantly think about something, after a while you begin to believe it's true. And so when we start to look at sales, one of the things we need to understand is that we act out of our beliefs, we act out of our identity. And so the beliefs that you have will lead to you taking certain actions. Those actions will get you certain results. And those results will then reinforce the fact that your beliefs were correct. So on your piece of paper, what I'd love you to write down is the belief loop. So your beliefs lead to your actions, lead to the results feed back into your beliefs, which mean you do more of the same. It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. One of the key things we want to understand about ourselves is that whatever comes off the words I am, the way you see yourself, the way the things you believe about yourself will define you. So if you go, I am bad at maths, and then you suddenly see a page with a whole lot of maths on it, you go, well, I can't do that because that's not me. If I could do that, I wouldn't be myself. we act out of our identity. And so we go, I hate sales, or I'm not a salesperson, then your brain goes, well, you can't be good at sales because then you wouldn't be yourself. So we need to change our internal dialogue. We need to change our story. And most importantly, we need to change the belief about ourselves. So I encourage you to start thinking about the I ams that you put after yourself. How are you defining yourself to yourself? So here's a really simple activity for you to do. On your piece of paper, I want you to write down this lovely sentence. I am confident talking about your product and selling it because I know it helps your ideal group of people, your ideal target market. When you put it in writing and you repeat that to yourself, what you find is it gives your brain a new story. Now, initially, your brain's going to kick that out. It's going to go, no, that's not me, because it's been so long going, I hate that, and now you're trying to tell yourself that you're good at that. But we need to change our internal dialogue. The next thing is to look at a key element inside of sales, maybe an area that you're not that great at. I know for many people, following up is something they struggle with. Once again, they tell themselves they're being pushy, not realizing that people are really busy and they actually appreciate you reminding them that they had something important to make a decision on. So write down another I am statement. I am confident following up because it shows I care about my clients and I back my product and service. When we put down really strong and powerful I am statements, it helps us to start realizing and believing and seeing a truth that can change the mindset that we've got. And when we believe in who we are, when we believe in what we're offering, when we believe in the service that we give to people, we will act from a far stronger place. You see, in sales, passion, confidence, and belief are the three things that make such a powerful difference. And that if you have those three things, you can sell anything. Now, one of the keys around any trading that you're doing is to understand that information is only as good as the action that you take as a result of having it. So I encourage you to, on your piece of paper, write down a couple of action points for yourself. So I've got a couple of examples here. So maybe there's an action point you've been putting off, a follow-up for argument's sake. Or maybe you've got an action point there where you actually just need to pick up the phone and make a call. Whatever your action point is, write down at least 2 things that you can do and do them as soon as possible. If you're like anything with the people I've been working with, you already feel a bit lighter. You're going, oh great, okay, so this is a mindset thing and I can change my mindset. I developed it, I can change it. Knowing that, you can reinforce it by taking action and backing yourself and showing yourself that what the new learning can actually lead to a new habit, a new action that you're putting in place. If you've enjoyed this, I encourage you to click on the link below and do our full Sales SOS course. It goes a lot more in depth than these 5 steps that we've covered off here in our blueprint. If this has been useful, I do encourage you to stick around for part 2 of our Sales SOS blueprint. Really enjoyed this time with you and so look forward to catching up with you again. Here's to your success.